Hi everybody, it's Carrie with Dollar Tree Cricut Craft Ideas. We would love to have you subscribe to our channel. We will be making some additional tutorials and some content, and we would love to have you here, so please take a moment to subscribe. Hi all, we're getting started with our tutorial. So I opened my Cricut app and got everything open to a new project. So here I'm going to be just inserting a shape, a square, and I'm going to be changing the lock to unlock so I can change the size to the size I want. And I'm going to make this one 1 inch by 11 inches, and that is the perfect amount for the hardware that I got. I'm also going to duplicate my strip there 8 times because I want to make 8 of those on the sheet that I'll be using. So here I'm just, making those closer so that I'm not wasting a lot of material. And then what I'll do is I'll select all, and then I can attach all of those together so that they don't move around when I go to make the project. The next thing I will be doing is inserting an image, and I'm looking to do another plant. So I'm going to do Plant Mom again. So I'm going to just find in the images area the cut image of a plant. So I'm just going to filter that out. And I'm going to scroll down till I find something that I like. And I'm going to find one here that is really cute. I haven't used this one yet, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. I think that'll look cute on the lanyards. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the text, and I'm going to use a font called Country Market that's already uploaded in my system. And I'm sure I got this from Design Bundles somewhere along the line. I've had these for a long time. So I am just typing out the wording that I'd like, and then I am going to change the spacing a little bit, and then also make the image a little bit bigger to match the plant, kind of equal out to the size of the plant that I have, the plant image that I have. So here I'm just playing with the sizing, and then I'm going to make it a little bit closer as well, because I like the spacing to be just a little bit closer on this one. I want those all to be cut together in the same image, so I'm going to also select all of that, the plant and the Plant Mom phrase, select those, and then get those attached as well. Next, I'll be adjusting the sizing of the image, and I'm just going to make this a little bit less than half of the size of the lanyard. I like it to just be kind of right in the middle centered, so I'm just playing with the sizing to see what I like. And this is looking good, so this is what I'll be using. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the color of my project just so I can have it for my reference. It doesn't matter. It just matters what you're going to be using the material on. So this is just for my reference to change the color. And make sure that when you change and go to make your project that you are changing the iron-on project to mirror. And I'm just going to select my machine, and then I will play with the materials. For the faux leather, I just use the faux leather setting that is already loaded into the Cricut design space. It seems to work well for me, and I'm just going to be doing that because it's very thin. It's a very thin product, so that seems to be working well for me. The faux leather also comes with the rotary blade as the recommended tool, and I'm going to change that to the fine point blade. I don't need the rotary blade for this one because, like I said, this material is very thin. And here we go. We have all of the materials cut out. I did cut the sparkle holographic HTVs as well. So you can just take 2 takes on that one project, or you can duplicate it, change the color, and cut it again in the one item. So here I am just lining up the sparkle holographic HTV to the back of the faux synthetic leather strip that I did, and just kind of getting the sizing right here. You don't want to have too many gaps showing from one side to the other. You can also use heat resistant tape. Cricut does sell that on their site, and you can also get that on Amazon. The next thing I have here is a sheet. I also got this from Amazon, and it's just a kind of a protective sheet, a heat protective sheet. And I'm using my Cricut Mini press. I love the Cricut Mini. It's one of my favorite Cricut products ever. I use it for so many different little projects that I have made from Dollar Tree. So handy, so convenient. I'll have that linked as well in the comments so that you can take a look at this. They're also releasing a new color of this in May, which I will be getting because I love it. So here again, just starting from the middle of the project and moving over. I don't really need the protective heat shield on this side because the Cricut holographic already has a protected. So you can use it, you cannot use it. It's fine either way. And again, just taking a couple passes, and I have my heat press on the second heat setting for this one. Taking a couple passes, going from the middle to the ends. Now I'm just removing that protective sheet from the holographic. And the next thing I'm going to do is just trim the little ends. They just didn't line up perfectly. So just a quick little trim to get about 1/8 of an inch off of there. And next up, I will be attaching the lanyard together. I'm just going to use a little bit of the E6000 glue for this one. The holographic material is a little slippery, so when I clasp the lanyard together, sometimes tends to come out. So just a little E6000. It'll dry overnight. I usually let it dry overnight before I test it. And it's really, really a good glue. So I always like to have this in my craft room. Just a little tiny bit of that on the inside, just to keep that together when it dries. And then I'm just sizing it up, make sure that it all lines up. And the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the tool. I got the set from Amazon. It comes with the clasps for the lanyards as well as the tool to clasp it together. It was like $17, really good thing to have around, and then you can just buy the additional clasps when you need them and when you run out of your project. So just fitting that in here, and then one side has the teeth, one has a flat side. Just fitting it in, make sure it lines up correctly, and then you'll just give it a squeeze. I just squeeze it a few different times just to make sure that it is all caught in there correctly and is tightly clasped in the hardware. And finally, we're going to attach the heat transfer wording onto the project. This is a different image. I had this one already printed out before I made the other tutorial part 1 there. But I'm going to use this, and I'm going to want to use the protective sheet for this one. Just cut a little piece off of a larger sheet that I got from Amazon. It protects the faux leather, and you don't want to melt it with your heat press. Make sure you do change your heat press to the first heat setting, and then when it's green, it's ready to go. You want to make sure that you have a lower heat temperature and then just like a longer press on this one. And I'm just going back and forth to make sure that it adheres best. And just taking off that protective plastic, and we are all set on this one. So you can do this with glitter HTV on the back of your faux leather, and then I used this sparkle HTV holographic for the green. I didn't have any glitter on hand, so I just used this one, but I really love how it turned out. Thanks for watching.